Welcome back, guys, and you're probably thinking now it's a clickbait thumbnail, but it is not a clickbait thumbnail. Just hear me out. Sit back and listen to this. I put on the thumbnail how to make $13,600 a month as a photographer, and I'm going to tell you how to do it because I've done it, so I want you to know how to do it. I'm going to start off with the new photographers. First off, if you're new, you're going to need a little bit of experience because part of what I'm going to talk about is photographing weddings. Don't go to a wedding that you've never shot before as the main photographer. You will need a little bit of training in weddings. Find a local photographer, volunteer to go for free. Get a little bit of experience before you do it on your own. So with that said, I'm going to jump into showing you how you can make that kind of money. All right, like I said, first for the new guys, newer photographers, say you've got a little bit of experience behind you. What you need to do is you need to market yourself. Now, I've seen a lot of younger kids. I'm not hagging on younger kids. There's some really good ones out there. But I've seen a lot of them that are just kind of timid and shy. You know, like they'll go up to somebody like this. Hey, how are you? No eye contact, no self-confidence. First thing you've got to do before you do anything in photography is you have to have confidence. And you have to look somebody directly in the eye. Look people directly in the eye when you're talking to them, because that will gain respect. It will gain confidence for you. It will gain confidence on their part that you're confident in what you're doing. And if your customer doesn't think you're confident in what you're doing, they're not going to hire you to photograph their wedding. So first thing, even if you've only shot, say you've been practicing for a while with other photographers and this is your first wedding on your own, if you know how to do it, look them in the eye and say, I can do this. So what you need to do is you need to go to places, you need to promote yourself. Get some brochures, some business cards. And by business cards, I don't mean the little black and white ones. I take a business card, I take a wallet, I put typeset over it in Photoshop. I have them printed in 8 to a sheet of wallets. I get them printed hundreds at a time. Those are my paper business cards. And if I'm using a digital business card, I use the dot card. If you're not familiar with dot card, check it out, dotcard.com, I believe it is. And just dot card in Google and you'll find it. It's a little, I don't have one with me, my wallet's upstairs, but this is a little plastic thing you lay on top of their phone, and it gives you all their information, your YouTube, your Instagram, your website. Everything they need to know goes straight into their phone. You've got to put something in your customer's hand that they know about you. So first thing you want to do is you obviously want to go to places like AutoZone, Napa Auto Parts, Academy Sports, and strip clubs. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not where they want to go? Okay, you don't want to go to those places. That's where guys are. Listen, this is about weddings or about the ladies. They have been dreaming of being a princess since they were 5 years old. And when they get married, this is their day to actually become a princess. You've got to fulfill that need and show them that you can photograph them on their day of being a princess. That's your job. You need to be able to do that. Once you show the bride that you are interested in her pictures, more than just, hey, I'm going to make a couple $1,000s off this wedding. That's not your selling point to them. Your selling point to them is how you care about their individual wedding and how you care about their individual wants and needs. Talk to them, find out what they want in their wedding, what they don't want in their wedding, their different styles, find out her style. Work the whole thing around the bride. I don't care if the uncle or whoever wants something else. The only person you listen to at a wedding are two people, the bride and the bride's mom. I don't really care much about what anybody else says. Now, maybe the bride's dad somewhat, but what you want to do when you're done with that wedding and you leave, you want a happy bride and a happy bride of the mom. Happy mom of the bride. Sorry about that. Those are the two you want happy because they're the ones that are going to talk you up to their friends. The uncle or granddad of that wedding will never say a word about you to anybody because it's not their day. It's not a guy thing. It's not a football game. It's not the Super Bowl. It's not the World Series. It's a ladies' wedding day. And they have been planning this, like I said, since they were 5 years old. So make them think that you are deeply interested in their wedding and you want to do everything you can to make that bride feel like she's the queen for the day. You can't do that by going in and going, hi, I'm Daniel. I can photograph your wedding. That's not going to cut it. You walk in, look them eye to eye. Hey, I'm Daniel. Maybe learn a few jokes, get to know some people. But you don't go to those places I listed a while ago. I was being funny. That's where the guys are. Stay away from there. Never, never, never go to those places for any business. You go to hair salons. You go to nail salons, you go to tanning salons, you go wherever the girls are going, go to massage parlors, wherever there are girls and ladies, you go there. Get your information out to them. If they're not getting married, odds are hairdressers, they're probably not getting married, but they probably know 20 brides coming up in the next 6 months to a year. Get to know them. Get them to like you. Use your personality. It is a lot about personality. You can be the greatest photographer in the world. If you have no personality, you're stuck. You're not going anywhere. But you can be an average photographer and have a good personality, get people to love you, and you'll be booked solid all the time. Believe me, I did it when I was young. So anyway. Hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you. Now I put on here $13,600 a month. Now, I know a lot of you are like, yeah, this is one of those scam thumbnails, clickbait, but it's not. I'm going to show you how. Once you get going and you get known, you go into a few salons, you make friends with the owner. 95% of salons are going to be owned by ladies. You make friends with them, the people that work there. Even if you have to come back and be like, you know, if they're not too open to you that day, hey, be like, hey, you know, I'm doing photography. Anybody in here needs some portraits? Anybody want to do some modeling? Whatever. Somebody's going to jump on that. You are dealing with ladies, and they love to have their pictures made. I'm not being sexist when I say this. It's a fact. I've been shooting for over 40 years. 99.9% of everybody I've shot for headshots, models, and all that, unless it's a business shoot, are girls. That's just the way it is, at least in my life. You may have a different experience. So to get to $13,600 a month, I'm going to tell you real quick. You get to know all these people that own these salons, know a lot more people than you do. They're connected with a whole different group of people, and people from hair salons, nail salons. They know brides that are getting married. Believe me, they know a lot of them. A lot more than you will, a lot more than you can advertise for, a lot more than you can go to a bridal show for. These are the people that are connected to the brides. You can take out an ad and you're not going to get as much response as if you get one good hair salon that really likes you. And word of mouth, once you get people to liking you, will get the word of mouth advertising. And that's how we have done our business since I started over 40 years ago, word of mouth. We've done very little advertising. Here's an example of how word of mouth works. Let's say two ladies driving down the road, one of them getting married in, say, 8 months. There's a billboard on the side of the road that says, Bob Smith Photography, Wedding Photography Specialist. Call them. Let's say the passenger of the car is the bride. She get married. I say, oh, the photographer, I'm going to write down that number. Well, her friend that's driving goes, oh, no, you don't want Bob, whatever. You want my friend Daniel to come shoot these pictures. He did my wedding, and he is so cool and so fun, and we had so much fun at my wedding. He made me feel like a queen. That's what you want people saying about you, because guess who that passenger in the car is going to call for her wedding? Is she going to call the guy on the sign, or is she going to call the guy that her friend just told her about how much she liked and what he did for her? 100 times out of 100, she's going to call who her friend recommended. 100 times out of 100, take it to the bank. Money back guaranteed. But that's just stuff you learn over years. Now, to get to the 13.6 number, you'll need to have packages on your website. You're going to need things like website. If you're new and you haven't shot any weddings, you need to go up to people for the next few months and go, hey, if you're getting married, I'm new. Be up front and tell them honestly, I'm new and I'm learning photographer. I've worked with some photographers shooting weddings. I'm trying to go out on my own. Here's my card. Do the first 2 or 3 for free. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, but what you're going to get back from that is you're going to get pictures for your website. You're going to get 3 brides that love you, and they are going to tell everybody. Hopefully, if you do a good job, and you don't need to be photographing weddings if you don't know how to do it. You need to be able to shoot the pictures. You need to be able to deal with people. There's a lot that goes into weddings. Hopefully, you've learned that from the person you're working with. I'm right now talking about once you've got a little bit of experience in wedding photography. I'll get to you experienced guys in a minute. Right now, I'm talking to the new ones. So, with that said, once you do those, say, 3 weddings for free, you've got work to put on your website. You've got work to make business cards. You've got everything you need to get started. Go to these places, introduce yourself, say, I'm Daniel with so-and-so, and we do weddings. And here's some of my work. Well, you'll get some turned down. Don't worry, you'll get refused some. Don't hang your head and walk off, oh, I can't do this because I got turned down by the first 3 salons I went to. Forget them. Keep going. There is always somebody out there that will listen to you, that will take you up on it. And it only takes one to get going. One to get going. Believe me, I've got some stories where I've made well more than this amount from when we first started doing photography. That's a video for another day. But just believe me, it only takes one to get started. Once you get started, you're going to make your website. Put at least 3 prices on there. Every photographer in the world pretty much is going to hate what I'm going to tell you now. Put your prices on your website. I don't care what every photographer in the world tells you. Put your prices on the website. It builds confidence. It makes it feel like you aren't hiding something from the bride. We did a bridal show after COVID because it was after COVID and things were different. Half of every bride in that place came up to us and said, "You're the only one that has your prices on your material. We love that. Thank you for that." And we booked some of those people. Once people know they can trust you and they like you, you've got them. They're coming your way. I don't care if somebody's $500 cheaper than you are. They like you. And once they like you, that's it. You're selling yourself. You're not so much selling your work until you get to the part where you're actually doing the work and you're delivering the pictures. Up till then, you're selling you. And if you can't sell you, like I said, you can't go with your head down like this trying not to look at anybody now. You've got to go in confidence, laughing, joking, learn the stuff. It's going to take a while. Repeat going into these places, going in talking to people. Every time you go into a place and come out, you're going to have learned one more lesson than you knew before you went in there. So just keep going back. Stay at it, stay at it, stay at it, stay at it. Do not quit. Make that website. Put 3 packages on there. Put one for $1,500, one for $2,500, one for $4,000. Just average. Now, you're going to have some that are going to book smaller weddings, and you're going to have some that are going to book bigger weddings. And this number, this 13.6 that I said a month, this is not counting reorders. This is just the photography only. We have a lot of weddings. We make more money from reorders than we do from actually selling the package. So don't forget about the reorders. I didn't put that number on there because you would have really thought the thumbnail was the clickbait then. So you've got the 3 packages, 15, 25, and 4. Let's say you're averaging $2,500 per wedding. Once you stay at it long enough, you'll be able to get a wedding every weekend. Don't tell me you can't do it, because I've shot over 1,000 weddings since I started. And we've had plenty of weekends where we shot 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. So we've done 4 weddings in the weekend before. We've actually done 5 one time. So we did Thursday, Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday wedding. So we've done as much as 5. Eventually you'll get to the point where if you want to do more weddings, you're going to have to hire somebody else. That's a video for another day. We'll skip that for now. Right now, I want to get you to the point where you can make this money. So you've been at this a little while. You've got a wedding booked every Saturday of the month, because weddings mostly are on Saturday. You will find we've got some booked Friday this year. I don't think we have any Sunday weddings this year, but we've got a few booked for Fridays and Saturdays. Those are going to be your main days of Saturdays. So make sure you don't book anything silly for a Saturday. Keep those open for your weddings, because that's where the money's at. So you've got a wedding every weekend, $2,500 average. That's $10,000 right there in 1 month. That's only in 4 weeks. There's 4.2 weeks in a month, but I rounded it off to 4. 4 times 2,500, 10 grand. So now you got 10 grand to work with. And you said, well, you said 13.6. I did. So the other $3,600, while you're at these salons, you're also going to show them your family portrait work. You're going to show them your senior portrait work. Anything else that you've done, you're going to show them that. That'll keep you busy Monday through Friday, especially for the sunsets. That's the primary time if you're going to shoot outside. If you don't have a studio in your home, just shoot outside an hour, hour and a half before sunset. You can shoot senior portraits, family portraits, whatever you want to do. That's only 1 session a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 1 session a day for 4 days, plus your wedding on that weekend. And the sales average on the family portraits, senior portraits, I think I figured that at like 200. I figured it pretty low, but it came up to 13.6. But the biggest thing is you got to sell yourself. If you're not confident, they're not going to be confident in you. But you've got to stay at it. You can't be timid and shy. And if you are timid and shy, work on getting over that. Go into places. Force yourself to go into places now and talk to where the ladies are. Right now, there's a hair salon down the street from my house. If I go in there, it's going to be full of women. There's not going to be one man in there probably. And they are the ones that are going to book you for their wedding. Go there. I was kidding earlier when I named off those other places. But go to where the women are if you're trying to book a wedding. If they're not getting married, they know somebody that's getting married, or they know somebody who knows somebody who's getting married. And if they like you enough when you're talking to them, they will get the word to that lady. And that's what you want. So with that said, that doesn't count any reorders that you're going to get. That doesn't count the weddings you're going to shoot next month. Now, for you more experienced photographers that have been doing this for years, let's say you're 35 and you've been doing this for 13 years or so, there's really no reason you shouldn't be making this kind of money now, because you're at the prime age where you're still healthy enough to shoot, carry around heavy equipment. I'm getting close to 60. Not quite there yet, but I'm getting closer. I've been in some car wrecks. I've had some health issues. I can't shoot a wedding every weekend like I used to. It's just too much. But back in the day, we did. So I know it can be done. Persistence. You've got to be persistent. Like I said, you guys that are experienced, you know how to shoot weddings, just get out there and go get the business. Don't take out an ad in the paper and go home, flip your cell phone on and watch a baseball game and wait on your phone to ring, because that's not what's going to get you clients. You're going to have to go meet people and talk to them. We traveled. We were based in Atlanta, Georgia. Back in the day, we traveled South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, and Alabama, shooting everybody and everything. I remember we drove as far as almost Miami. We're just north of Miami one time. A big snowstorm hit Atlanta, and we just got out in time to get down to Miami, just above Miami. I forget the name of the town. There was back in the day when the Mets had spring training down in that really far south part of Florida. I cannot remember the town, but I think we shot 30 people at this glamour party we were doing. But we got out of town with the snowstorm. But you just have to get out. You have to meet people. Nothing's going to happen while you sit home and take out a Google ad. Nobody cares about Facebook ads. Nobody cares about anything. But they want to hear from you. Yes, there are some things you can do online and you'll get some business, but not much. If you want to be really, really successful and have a business that'll grow, it all falls on you. And listen, once you get out there, once you get this going, it doesn't fall on you quite as much as it does anymore, because now you've got an army of clients that love you. Like I could name off 20 brides right now that just love me to death. And I love them too. We have gotten to be friends. Every wedding we've shot, I'd say over 50%, we probably still stay in contact with them. I've shot some of the people we shot weddings when I was younger. I've shot their kids' wedding. So once you make that contact and you get that booking and they like you, that's the most important thing. You got to do good on the pictures. But once they like you, you are good to go. There is nobody that's going to steal you away from them as far as being their photographer. You are it. I had a bride recently, I think we did her wedding about 2 years ago. One of her own family members is doing photography, and she said, y'all know I'm calling Daniel. Sorry, I'm calling Daniel. So, hey, what you gonna do? She likes us. You need people that like you, because they're going to be your base of advertising for the rest of your life. And I'm proof of this. I'm almost 60. I've been doing this for a long time, and I have a whole base of people out there that promote me. I don't really have to do much, because people call me, I'm a friend of so-and-so, you know her? I'm like, of course I know her. I see her, talk to her, see her on Facebook, talk to her, text, whatever. So, every now and then, too, if you know somebody that, say you shot a wedding 2 years ago, for you experienced guy who's been shooting for a while, and you're pretty good friends with them, but you hadn't heard from them in a while, send them a text. Say, hey, Daniel, how you guys doing? We're doing a special on senior pictures or family portraits this year. Here's some dates. If you want to come, I'll give you half off since you're an established client. People love that. You got to do stuff like that. You can't always be greedy and try to get $1,000 from every shoot that you're doing that's not a wedding. Forget about the greed. Make some money. Make enough money. I'm not saying don't make any money. Try to run $200-$300 sales average on a Wednesday night. That's not bad for a Wednesday night for an hour's worth of work. Plus, you're gaining that client. And that is, what is that advertisement? American Express. Priceless. Once somebody had something to advertise, and whatever it was priceless. And what I'm talking about, that customer, that one person that loves you to death, that is priceless. That is worth more than any advertising, more than any Google ad, more than any Facebook ad, more than any kind of billboard, any kind of advertising you can think of doing. Give me that one person that loves me to death over any of that garbage. It's free, and they're telling their friends from the heart. And their friends, I was telling you a story about the two girls in the car, every single time, they're going to call you for that wedding, because that's their friend. They had a personal experience with you. That person she saw on the billboard, they don't have a clue who that person is. They're going to go with you 100% of the time. So get out, go to salons, go to hair salons, wherever there are women. I don't care where it is. Get there. Go in. It will take some practice, but once you get going, you will be able to walk into a place, get people laughing, get them liking you. I had a guy that worked with me one time, his name's James. Funniest guys ever. Just a great guy. We're great friends. He had the best personality. I thought I had a good personality for a long time because people like me, but this dude, man, people love him. Oh, man, he could sell sand to an Arab. I mean, it was just like that. Yeah, I hope I don't fall into the offensive part on YouTube, but you know what I mean. But anyhow, whatever. But he had the ability. Now, me and him together, we could just about, felt like we could take over the world, me and him together. But just him alone, his personality, he could just, it was amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. I had to get it. He was so funny. He would get so involved in carrying on with people that when we were doing like glamour pictures at home, he would not focus the picture, like not much, but occasionally I'd give him a hard time because one would come across like, this ain't even in focus. This is before autofocus, guys. This is when you had to manually focus. He'd be like, oh, we were having a good time, like laughing, and half the time, it's just, listen, the bottom line of this is they have to like you first. If they like you first, you're good to go. There's nobody going to take them away from it if they like you first. Get those weddings booked. Get those family portrait sessions booked. Get those senior portraits wedding booked, because seniors and families will do the same thing as brides will. If you do somebody that you're doing their senior pictures for their daughter and they like them, guess who they're going to recommend? They're going to recommend you. So you're going to get the business from their friend. Didn't cost you a nickel for advertising. You might have did that family for half off, like I said a while ago. Call the people you ain't shot or ain't seen in like 2 years. Hey, 50% off for family portraits for y'all this summer. If you want to come book a date, do it. Take a little bit of loss on money there, because the people they're going to refer to you is going to make up for that lost money. It's not always about the bottom line. It's about customers and clients liking you. Once you get to that point, you can do about anything you want. I've had people tell me, clients, we would never call anybody other than you. I'm not even that good at their type of photography for what they're looking for, but they like me and my wife. So that's what you need to do to make that kind of money. And that is not a clickbait thumbnail. I can prove over and over that I've done that many times in my younger days. I don't do as much as I used to because I'm older and I've had some health issues, but it can be done. If I did it then, you can do it now. Especially with the equipment that you have now, so far advanced beyond what we had. Back when we were doing our in-home glamour days, we shot film. So we had everybody show up at a house for a party. This is a video for another day, but I'm going to give you a quick idea. They'd show up at the house for a party. We'd shoot the pictures. We had to go back to the lab, wait a week to get them processed, and then drive back to the house. All their friends that had their pictures made had to come back to the house. We had to sit down and show each person individually with 4x5 proofs to sell their packages. It worked. They liked us. So instead of trying to sharpen every photography skill that you've got, and I'm not saying don't sharpen your photography skills. You've got to know before you do a wedding that you can do it right. But there are some things you're wasting your time on learning in photography. Some of it is useless. There's a lot of videos out there that you're going to watch that are going to give you some useless information. Maybe they're studying up on some lens and they're looking at the corner sharpness is a little bit off. Nobody cares. As long as that person's in focus, they're going to like your pictures. As long as you're getting good images, good poses, they're going to love you to death. And that's the road you need to take if you want to build your business. You've got to build it on you and your personality, not on some advertising, not on something the PPA sends you, not on what somebody else tells you. Other than me, you got to listen to me. But most people won't tell you what I'm telling you, because I'm giving you the keys to Fort Knox with this. That's what you need to know. And I guarantee, if you've already got a little bit of experience doing weddings, I guarantee if you put the work into it, in 6 months, you can get this going. I know, I did it. I did it in less than 6 months. I did it in less than 3 months. You've got to do it. It's got to be about you. Make it about them. Everything you talk about to that bride needs to be focused on her. When you see her in that dress, that's the most beautiful dress I've ever seen. What a beautiful bride. Never talk about other brides. You're focused on them. You're not focused on somebody else. You're not focused on, oh, that's a nice wedding dress you got. I'm making $4,000 off this wedding. That's not in your head at the time. Forget about all that. That's noise. You don't want that. You want to make that person love you and you only. And once you get that, you're never going to lose that. They will be your friend, your client forever. They will tell people about you. I know I've said it over and over. I'm going to shut up. Just listen to what I'm saying. I promise it works. My email is at the bottom. If you have any questions, if you're at whatever point you're at in your photography career, feel free to contact me. I will help you any way that I can. Before helping you out, hit that subscribe button. Have a good day.